Hello kids, Mr. E back for some more math. This is the second video for week 2. We're still working on the idea of decimals and how they work and how they function, how they relate to fractions. This will be the last video on decimals unless you guys request some other ones. We'll be moving on to area and perimeter in upcoming videos. So today, looking at where we've been, we've really done a lot of work on converting back and forth from decimals. We've used number lines, we've used models, and then of course our friend here, the place value chart, to understand that that tenths are always to the right of the decimal, hundredths are to the right of that, thousands, 10,000s, and so on. And one quick review that we dealt with a long time ago at the end of the year is thinking about how many times greater is the tens place than the ones place? Well, the tens place is 10 times greater because it takes 10 ones to make 1 10, right? How many times greater is the hundreds place than the tens place? Well, think about it. It takes 10 tens or 10 $10 bills to make 100. So this is also 10 times more than the place to the right of it. Thousands, how many hundreds make 1,000? You're right, 10. So thousands are 10 times more than hundreds, and so on. Okay, well that rule also applies when dealing with decimals. Think about if you have a coin, a nice shiny little silver looking coin that says 10 cents on it, right? That little coin we call a dime. How many dimes does it take to make $1? Think back about the pattern we just talked about. It would take 10 dimes to make $1. Okay? You can trade 10 of those shiny little dimes and for one green dollar. So in this case too, what we find is that the ones place is 10 times more. It's 10 times greater than the tenths place. Well, we follow that pattern that each place to the right is 10 times more than the previous place. Well, the same thing works. The decimal point doesn't build a wall or anything and keep these apart. The tenths place is 10 times less than the ones place, or the ones place is 10 times more than the tenths place. As well, if you keep moving down here, the hundreds place, think about how many pennies. If I had those little copper coins, well, they used to be made of copper, if I had a 1 cent piece here, how many of those would it take to make a dime? Well, answer still, kids, is still 10 times. So it's still going to be 10 times less than tenths is hundredths, or 10 times more than hundredths is tenths. The idea that our entire system is based off the number 10. Every place next to each other is 10 times more to the left. So 10 times more to the left, 10 times more to the left. Let's erase all this mess. 10 times more, 10 times more, 10 times more. Remember, going back the other way, the place to the right is 10 times less, 10 times less, 10 times less, 10 times less, and so on forever. So, just a little bit of an insight there to how decimals work with our numbers. So today, our two questions. How do I compare decimals using the symbols greater than, less than, and equal to? And the second part of that first question is, how do I compare decimals using models? And then T.18 will look into comparing decimals and fractions on number lines. So we're kind of merging, making sure we understand that fractions and decimals aren't separate entities, but they really are. They can represent the same model or on a number line. Okay? So let's take a look at T.15 first. Okay, we're going to skip 16 and 17 today for T's for this week's work, but if you have some extra time and you want to work on ordering decimals, I highly recommend it. Okay, T.15. You look at your two decimals. Here we have two decimals that are both hundredths. We have, again, big believer here, Mr. Edmonds speaking, that if you can read the numbers, you can compare them and write them, do all types of things with those numbers. So here we have 17 hundredths, 47 hundredths. Think money, 17 cents, 47 cents, 47 cents is more, and move on with your life. Here, same thing. 96 hundredths, 90 hundredths. The 96 hundredths is greater than 90. Okay? Now, it introduces a model here to help you compare, but this is the comparison now. What you need to do is which decimals, okay? And when it has the S there on the end of the word decimals, that implies that there's possibly more than one answer, okay? So when we look at this, here's our model. I'm going to bring my drawing function back up. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that right there, we see we have 6 full columns. That would be the 6/10 right there. And the next column isn't quite all the way full. There's only 9 hundredths right there. So that would be 69 hundredths. Now, this model is 69 hundredths, but what is the question asking us? That's our next step to take a look at. Which decimals are less than the one shown? Well, this is 69 hundredths. Take a look down here. Well, I see 68 hundredths would be less than 69 hundredths. I see 66 hundredths would be less. Now the question is, what about these two right here? Well, remember, guys and gals, we want to think about this decimal right here. This is 7/10. Well, another way to think about this is there's nothing here in the hundredths, so we can rewrite that decimal as, oops, my decimal in there, 70 hundredths, which is easier to compare when you have a decimal hundredths next to it. So, looking at that one, that 70 hundredths would be a little bit more than the 69 hundredths we were looking for. And the 72 is definitely more too. So, we are left with two, let me close my drawing function here, 2 decimals that are less. And remember, this question will change. Okay? So we have to make sure we're not only good at math, but we're good at reading directions also. So here we have a model showing tenths. How do I know it's showing tenths? Well, we have the long columns here that aren't broken up into 10 pieces. So this is 1/10, 2/10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/10. We're going 7/10. Now, it says which decimal. That might be a clue to the answer. It says which decimal. That might be one answer we're looking for. So we want to find that's greater. Remember, the question changes. Make sure we read the question carefully. Greater. Well, I see 8/10. I know 8/10 is larger than 7/10. So guess what? Put that and move on with my life. Okay? So, same one right here. This is also a greater one. Here we have 1/10. Well, that's 0. That's less than 1/10. So I might write my 1/10. Let's take a look at that. It's not that one. Let's see. I see 11 hundredths. I see hundredths, 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 hundredths. So here's my recommendation. Change this decimal into an equivalent decimal by simply putting the 0 on the end. Okay? I'm not sure why I crossed it out. I just felt like it. Okay, so 1/10 or 10 hundredths. Now I can look and see, okay, which decimal is greater? Oh, here's the 11 hundredths. 11 hundredths or 11 cents is more than 10 hundredths or 10 cents. So let's close that. Move on with our life. Okay, so I'm going to jump up a level here. Same thing, looking for decimals greater than the model. So you're still comparing all with the level. Take your time, pay attention to the place value of the numbers, and you will do well. Now, this last one is a challenge level. Remember, when you get to 90, you're welcome to stop. That's a 4th grade expectation. But here, if you want to challenge yourself, give it a shot. So my job is to put a digit in there to make this make sense. Well, let's take a look. On both, if I look at both sides, this number is a 52 ones. That number is a 52 ones. So those are the same. This one has 3 hundredths. This one has 3 hundredths. So these numbers are pretty identical. The difference is right here. We have the 6/10 and the unknown tenth. And we want to make this number larger. Or to make it true, we want to make this number smaller. Therefore, the 10th place must be smaller on this side than the 10th place on this side. So I can't pick 9. That's larger than that. 7's larger than 6. Let's pick 4. 4 is smaller. I'm picking 4 because I want this number on the left to be less than the number on the right. Okay. So, and then there's some additional statements about true. If you want to give the challenge area a shot, go right ahead. Okay? All right, our next lesson portion is Remember, I'm skipping over T.16 and T.17, but if you want to try those levels, you're welcome to. They're drag and drop levels where you order the numbers greatest to least or least to greatest. Good practice if you want to give those a shot. The last one is T.18. On this level, all you're going to do is now you're being presented with a fraction and a decimal. So here's our decimal, here's our fraction. Just like before, in a previous level, you're going to go through and you're going to graph both numbers. So graph 4/10, graph 6/10. And remember, this decimal, if you read it as, this fraction, if you read it as 6/10, and you read this one as 4/10, if you read those out loud to yourself, you'll see them on the number line right here. Then ask which number is closer to 1 or 10/10. Well, here's 10/10. 6/10 is closest. There you go. Next one, we have 1/10 and 9/10. 1/10 graph it, 9/10 graph it. Then ask which number is closer to 10/10 or 1. That would be 9/10. Here we have 7/10. Here we have 8/10. Graph both numbers. And then it asks the questions changed on us once again. We want to check out which number is smaller this time. So when finding a number that's smaller, we're looking for a number that's farther left on the number line. Okay? And 7/10 is less than 8/10. Okay? Okay, I'm going to jump up a level here. Kind of the same thing. Hundredths are introduced also for decimals and fractions. Give those a shot. Here, this is one that I want to get to, is if it presents a 28 hundredths and a 3/10. Here's my recommendation. Change that 3/10 into a decimal or a fraction over hundredths. Well, how do I go from 10 to 100? Well, I multiply it by 10. Well, if I do that in the denominator, guess what? I have to do that in the numerator. And there we go. So 3/10 is equivalent to 30 hundredths. So looking at our number line here, 28 hundredths is right here, found that. And looking at the number line, 3/10 is right here. 30 hundredths, 3/10, same amount. Now which number is smaller? 28 hundredths is smaller. Okay? And remember, if you get stuck, and let's say you kind of get too big of a hurry, you graph both decimals, and then let's say you pick the wrong one, remember, it tells you what the correct answer is. It explains to you why that's the case. And then right here, it gives you a little tutorial as to, oh, remember, this is 1/10, these are 1/100, and it kind of explains a description. Don't just click got it and move on too fast. Take the time to read the feedback before you move on. Okay. Check out the week 4 learning activity quiz. It'll be a Google form again. It'll be typically 5 questions. And so the goal there is to get 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 5. Remember, kids, take your time, read the numbers carefully, and have a great day.